Hi everybody, it's Laura Milligan with I'd Rather Be Stamping, and lauramilligan.com is where you can find my blog. Thank you for joining me today. If you're here, give me a shout out, say hi, let me know where you're from. It's always fun to see where different people are watching from. I'm just going to wait just a minute to make sure people can find me. And I have a couple things I'm going to talk about today. And I always start out by giving away the cards that I created last week. And last week I did 2 Facebook Lives, Facebook Live on Monday, and then sometimes I do a Facebook Live Take 2 on Thursday afternoons. I was featuring the Turtle Friends bundle, and so let me flip my phone down so you can see the cards that I made. So I have 3 different cards, and I'm giving these away. All you have to do to get the projects that I make, all you have to do is leave a comment or share my Facebook Live. So let me see who won this cute card. This one's going to Alice Cook Somsel. Alice, I do not have your address, so if you want to message me that when we're done, I will get this card in the mail to you. This one is just a super cute belated birthday card. Happy belated birthday. Sorry, I was slow. This one is going to Wendy Banker. If you are watching today, I am not getting any comments yet. So if you're there, leave a comment. I just want to make sure that I've got this set up right. I think I do, but that one's going to Wendy, and I do have your address, Wendy. And then this one is that Pinwheel Tower card that I made, and it is going to Debbie Lindsay. So Debbie, I have your address. In fact, Debbie is going to be stopping by to pick up something from me, and so I will just put that in your bag, Debbie. So that's for Debbie. So Wendy, Debbie, and Alice, these 3 cards are for you. And for some reason, I am not getting any comments, which is unusual. I think we're up and rolling, so hopefully I'm just going to go ahead and hopefully people will join in. If you're there, like I said, please give me a shout out. All right, so I have a couple things I'm going to talk about today. First of all, I want to show you, okay, now I'm getting comments. There's always a little bit of a delay. Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. Hello. So I wanted to briefly tell you about my bingo for July. Today is the last day to register. It is so much fun. In fact, the cards that I was sharing last week, a couple of them were from my bingo class that we did in June. So for July, I'm featuring the Sharing Sunshine stamp set, and with the bingo price, it's $35. You get a half a pack of paper. This is the Sweet Symmetry paper. That's kind of a tongue twister. And then you also get a full pack of, hi Sherry. You get a full pack of note cards and envelopes this month. You get a full pack of the Artistry Bloom sequins, and of course we love these because they have adhesive on the back. They make them really easy to use. And then you also get a bolt of the Bumblebee ribbon. If you want to add on the stamp set, and here's a look at some of the cards. These are the cards, and they're sunny and pretty, and they're just going to bring a smile to your face. One of the cards, as I promised, we're making one of the Pinwheel Tower cards for bingo this month, so that will be in your make and take packet. We make 4 projects. If you don't have the Sharing Sunshine stamp set, I would encourage you to purchase it. You can add it on to your bingo class for just $16. That's the catalog price, and then you can make the projects exactly as I have. If you don't have this, you have something similar you want to use, that's fine as well. So when I'm done with my Facebook Live today, I will add a link for registration, but today is the last day, and of course the more people that sign up, the better the prizes are. The prizes for bingo are always Stampin' Up! Product, stamp sets, bundles, ribbons, cardstock, embellishments, all kinds of different things, but really, really fun. So I hope if you've never played bingo, it's all online. You can participate from wherever you may be. But again, today is the last day to register. All right. So for the first time ever, I held a Christmas in July event a couple weeks ago and had a great response. And I will be putting the PDF tutorial on my blog for purchase later, either today or tomorrow. I'm not sure when it's going to go up there, but I have a section. If you go to my blog, lauramilligan.com, you will see in the header of the blog, it says PDFs for purchase. And you'll be able to purchase the PDF for everything we made for my Christmas in July. We did, gosh, we did 4 cards. We did some other projects. I don't even know how many, but we did a lot of different things. It was a full day. We started at 9:30 and finished up at about 3:30 or 4 o'clock. So we featured the Tidings and Trimmings bundle. So it's the Tidings and Trimmings stamp set, and then the Christmas Trimmings Christmas Trimmings dies. So that's what we used in my Christmas in July. Yeah, I know, Judy, you've been waiting for the PDF. It should be going up today or tomorrow. But what I wanted to do today was show you, I had so many ideas that I wanted to do for the Christmas in July, but I had to pull back a little bit because it was a one-day event, and there was no way we could have gotten them all done in one day. The day was crammed full of stamping and creating, assembling the projects, and I couldn't have the participants make everything that I had come up with. So I want to share with you today a couple ideas that are not on the PDF tutorial. If you purchase that, these are just some additional ideas. So the first one is this really cute Slimline card, which we all love our Slimline cards. And then the second thing I'm going to show you is how to make this sweet little framed, I call it a framed sampler, but it's like 3x3, just super, super cute. So I'm going to start with the Slimline card, and I am using, again, the Tidings and Trimmings bundle, but I'm also, for this card and for the framed sampler, I'm using the Tidings of Christmas paper. This is part of our Designers Series paper sale that's going on this month. You can get this whole stack for less than $10. It's on sale for $9 something, but really great and popular. I know Sherry's watching, and she just ordered some this past week. So let me show you how to put this card together. So this is a Slimline card, and so I'm going to start with Thick Basic White, and I'm going to get my paper trimmer out. I'm going to move this out of the way here for a minute. I'm going to get my paper trimmer out, and I'm going to cut this 7 inches by 8 1/4. So I'm going to take, this is my 8.5 inch side. Let me see if I can move this so you can see this here. There we go. I'm going to cut this to 8 1/4 inches. So I'm just cutting 1/4 inch off the width. And I know you're not going to be able to see all of this, but so this is, I'm just cutting this 8 1/4, just 1/4 inch off that, and then 7 inches. So I'll move this over to 7 inches. That. So this is the base of the card. And then what I'm going to do, I love Slimline cards, don't you? It's always kind of fun to switch things up a little bit, do a different kind of card. So then this I'm going to score along the 7 inch side at 3.5. That's the halfway point. So I'm going to use not my cutting blade, which is the dark gray blade. If I do that, I would cut this in half, but I'm going to use my scoring blade, which is the light gray. So go ahead and score that, and that will be my card base. All right. So first what I'm going to do is just attach, I have 3 panels of designer paper. Hi, Donna from Louisiana. How are you? So good to see everybody. All right, so I just have 3 pieces of this designer paper, and these are going to go just across the front. I love the patterns of this paper. Even better that it's on sale right now, right? Before I forget, I am doing an ordering special this month with my online orders. I don't always do this, but I just thought it's fun every once in a while to switch things up. So if you place a $35 order through me and my online store, it has to be an online order, and use this host code, I will send you a pack of the holiday rhinestone gems for free as a thank you. So this, you cannot apply this if you're, you know, attending a class or part of my clubs. This is a separate thing just for online orders this week. $35 or more and you'll get those rhinestones for free. And I will try to remember to remind you of that at the end as well. So I'm going to just position these. I'm just kind of centering them. I'm going to get them as evenly positioned as I can across my base. And I'm just going to attach these with my Tombow glue. Look how cute the plaid is, or the stripe is on the back there. So just a little bit of this glue. That's straight there. My furry friend is laying behind me on the couch snoring. I don't know if you can hear him, but I guess he's not interested in stamping today. Okay, and it's nice to use this Tombow because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room in case you don't get it quite straight the first time, which I am famous for getting things crooked. But I think that's part of the joy of handmade, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, it's handmade. All right, so I'm going to put that about right there. That looks pretty good. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is take my twine, and my participants for my Christmas in July got a full pack of this. This is the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. This is what it looks like brand new. You get 5 bolts of this twine, different colors. I love this, and obviously you can see mine has been well used. So I'm going to use this crumb cake color. There's like a gray and a cream and a white. So I'm just going to make a little bow and a string to go across the back of this card that I'm going to hang my stockings on. So I'm going to just tie a bow first and leave a little bit of a tail hanging down, just about like that. Hi, Sarah Poole from Tennessee. How are you? All right, so I don't want this bow to be too big, but so what I'm doing is putting my thumb in the center there to just get it to about the size that I want. I'm going to take a glue dot. Sarah, Tennessee Grand, came the farthest for my in-person Christmas in July. She came all the way up from Tennessee. And it's not really because she wanted, well, she knew that it would be a fun event because she's come to many of these, but her daughter Sandra is one of my helpers with my business, and so I think she came to see her daughter Sandra, and then her other daughter Betsy came as well. So that was kind of fun to have a mom and 2 daughters at the event. All right, so let me see, that looks about right. I'm just kind of guessing the length of this, and I will just go ahead and make it work. So I need to pull this through, see if I can make a bow, right? May have to start over. I'm not sure if I did so well on this. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. You know, the other thing you could do is just attach 2 ends, the ends of this, and then tie separate bows and glue them on. But this is how I did it. So I think that's going to be okay. All right, we'll just go with that. So I'm going to just cut those strings off. Yeah, and you know what? I think it's going to be a little. I'm going to try one more time and make it just a little bit smaller. Okay, let's try it again. Now watch, it'll be too small. All right, I think this will be better. No, it's about the same. How about third time? Third time's a charm. I'm gonna move over a little bit. Sorry about this, you guys. Just bear with me here. There we go. All right. All right, so this time, no matter what it looks like, we're gonna go with it. I think it's gonna be the same, but we'll make it work. So yeah, now that I've done this, I think it would be easier to just attach to cut a string. You know what, I'm gonna just do that. I am giving up. Hate to say it, I'm admitting defeat. So I'm gonna just take a glue dot and just sort of round it up. Hi Wendy, how are you? Hi Debbie. Okay, so I'm gonna just put a glue dot there. I'm gonna pull this like this to get it about where I want it. This is probably an easier way, especially now I have a boo-boo on my thumb, and so I have to have this Band-Aid on here to cover it up, so it's making it a little bit hard to tie things. All right, now I'm going to tie another bow, and this is just going to pull down like this. There we go. We'll tuck that on there. All right, now I'm going to tie a bow. I'm going to take my twine and just tie a bow. This is probably the easier way to do this. So I'm just going to tie a bow, and I'll put it over that other thing, the other end there. So Wendy and Debbie, Lindsay, I don't know if you were on to hear that you won cards, the cards that I made last week, so I will be getting those to you. Debbie, I'll put yours with your little packet that's on my back porch. So all right, so I'm just fidgeting with this. I'm going to take another glue dot and just put it on the end here, and that's going to just cover that part up, and that's going to be then my little twine. After all that fussing around, that's going to be my little twine that I'm going to hang my stockings on. So I'm going to snip this off, and that covers up that end there. Okay. All right, so you get the idea. So don't do it the way I did. Just attach your string, and then and then tie bows to put over the top. That's going to work better. Okay. Now that we got that part done, the rest is going to be a piece of cake. So I have my Stamparatus set up, and I know that I've heard people say they have the Stamparatus and they hardly ever use it. So I wanted to just show you an idea for today. What I've done is created a template. So we did this at the in-person event. If you are doing like multiples of anything, like say you'd want to use a stocking or a star for your Christmas cards, and you're going to be making multiples of them, this is a great way to do multiples of something quickly. So what you would do is die cut whatever you need. So in this case, in this instance, I need 3 stockings for this card. So I die cut 3 stockings. Right here they are. And then I created a template. And so my template, I just used a piece of white cardstock, and I cut a stocking out. And so now what I'm going to do, and then I positioned my stamp over it, you know, so that it would fit right in that template. Then I took the ones that I cut, and these will fit right in this template, just like that. And then what you're going to do is ink it up. I've already done the Sahara sand one, just because I didn't want to have to keep cleaning my ink, my stamp so much, but I am going to take my chamois and just clean this off quickly to make sure I got it cleaned off. Okay, and that looks good. I'll do my star too. Okay, and so now I need a soft succulent, which I think I have the ink for. Yep, here's my soft succulent. I need one in soft succulent, and then I'm going to need one in cherry cobbler. So what I'll do is just do this, ink it up, and then I'm just going to close this and just give it a good press. And you can see look how perfectly it's lined up. So then if I was making 3 or 4 or 5 or 20 of these cards, I would just keep putting this, you know, the die cut stocking in place, and just and just stamp as many as I needed. So I'm going to clean this off now, because I'm just making 1 card today. So now I need to switch up the ink, and I'm going to use cherry cobbler. Yes, this is a huge time saver when you're, especially like I said, when you're making multiple cards. And I'll tell you another tip. If you take your stamp set, any stamp set really, and put it under your plate here, it kind of evens it up, so it makes it easier to stamp, to add your ink than just without anything under there. So I'm going to put my next stocking in here, like, oh, and I smudged it up, but you know what? Luckily, I have an extra one. So I'm going to take this out and get it out. Come on. I have ink all over my fingers. That means what do I say? It means I'm part of a really cool club, right? Really cool club. Okay. So I'm going to put this in again. I have another one. I cut another one. I must have known I was going to make a boo-boo. So I'm going to put this in place like that, and now it's all inked up and ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and just stamp. Have you done this before, Colleen? I don't know if Colleen comes to a lot of events at my house, and I don't know if we've ever actually done that. So there's my red stocking. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside for now. And now we're ready to assemble the card. So I'm going to take this, and I want these stockings to look like they're hanging right on this little string, like maybe over the fireplace, that sort of thing. So I'm just going to position. One's going to be here, one's going to be here, and one's going to be here. And so first of all, what I want to do is I cut out some of these sprigs. These are from the dies. Let me show you. It's this one right here. We actually had a guessing game at my in-person event. We had people guess how many dies were cut, and it was almost 4,000. So crazy amount of dies, but it's these little details, I think, that make things look super cute. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue on the back of this and just attach my die cut just about like that. Look how cute that is. Whoops. I tell you what, you don't realize, I mean, I just have this little cut on my hand. You don't realize until something like that happens, like how much you use your fingers. Anyway. All right, and this one I'm going to use a cherry cobbler sprig. Put that back here. We'll hold that in place and flip it over and just make sure it's where I want it. That looks pretty good, like that. Let that sit there for a minute. And then the cherry cobbler, I'm going to add a white sprig. Okay, so there are those three. I'm just going to set those there for a minute, and then we're going to add our holly leaves. And we need 6 holly leaves. I'm putting 2 on each one. My daughter Faith helped me package some of the kits for my Christmas in July, and she said, "Oh, Mom, it was the holly leaves that did her in." So, okay, I'm going to grab I'm looking for my little mat. Okay, here it is. I'm just going to do this on here since these are probably still a little bit wet on the back. I'm just going to set these down here and just add my holly leaves. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. I'm going to put it right on the stocking and adhere the leaves like that. They'll just stick right on the glue, just like that, and they can overlap a little bit. Put a little bit of glue there. These are going to go down this way. And again, whoops, they can overlap a little bit. Got a little bit too much glue on there. I'm just going to do it like that. Okay. Okay, and then one more. And these are going to go off to the side as well. Yeah, we cut, Sandra, my friend and helper, did most of the die cutting, and she cut over 4,000 dies. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, and here's my other holly. We'll just set that on there like that. And we'll just give that a second. And now I'm going to use my holiday rhinestone gems. And when everybody that came to my event got a whole pack of these, and we used a lot of them throughout the day. Okay, I'm just going to put, you could do 3 holly berries, but I just did 1 for this. Just like that. Now we're going to just attach this to our card front, and I'm going to use dimensionals, and I'm going to start by attaching the crumb cake one in the middle, and that's going to sort of pull this little twine down. So we'll go ahead and take this first one. And you know, what I'm gonna do is just pull it like that. And I'll put the other dimensional just on the toe of the stocking. And we'll just put it there like that. All right, so there's the first, I don't think I took the back, yeah I did. Okay, so there's the first one. Oh, I didn't take the backing off. That's why it's not sticking. Okay, there's the first one, now it's sticking. All right, then I'm going to take the cherry cobbler. I'll do the same thing. I'm just going to attach that there like that. So I'll put some dimensionals on the back of that. Oh, Debbie says, love my Stamparatus in case the whole thing doesn't stamp right. So yes, that is the beauty of the Stamparatus. It provides perfect precision, perfect placement. So if you do stamp something, and maybe, I think a lot of times with some of the bigger stamps or more detailed stamps, you stamp and maybe it doesn't ink, maybe you don't have enough ink on the center, or for whatever reason it doesn't stamp up right. With the Stamparatus, you just put it, you just ink it up and stamp it again, and so it saves frustration, I think, and time, and it is a great thing. Somebody asked me if I would do some Facebook Lives on things you can do with the Stamparatus. So this is one idea, using it as a template. All right, and then I'm just gonna position this, get those lined up, just like that. And so there is my little Slimline card. Is that not adorable? Isn't it cute? I think it's so cute. All right, and then I want to stamp something on the inside. And this is a photopolymer stamp set, so I am going to use my mat. And I chose, it's one of my favorite stamp sets, or stamps, I mean. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I love that. So we're going to stamp that in cherry cobbler. So we'll go ahead and... Yeah, so Wendy says, I can't live without my Stamparatus. Wendy is a beautiful, beautiful stamper. She's a member of my downline, and she makes beautiful cards. It's the most wonderful time of the year. So there is my first card, and once I got through the struggle of this twine, it goes together pretty easy. I'm going to trim this a little bit so it matches the one on that side. But there is my Slimline card. And just as a reminder, I'm offering an online ordering special this week. If you place an order of $35 or more, and use this host code, I will give you, as a thank you, along with your hand-stamped card, a pack of holiday rhinestone basic jewels. So they will be coming, I will need to get them ordered, but they will be coming in a little bit later. All right, now I'm going to go on to project number 2, which is the little framed sampler, as I call it. And these are just sweet. We had made one of these last year when I did my October holiday retreat, all-day holiday retreat, and I just think they're sweet because you can stick them anywhere. You can stick them on like a coffee table, you can stick them on your desk, you can put them above your kitchen sink if you have like a nice windowsill like I do. So the envelope for the Slimline card, I do have measurements to make your own out of designer paper, but you can buy, I believe they are business size 9. And it's actually, my preference is to make your own out of our designer paper, which maybe I'll come back on later and show you how to do that. But I have done those before, Colleen. I'll find the link and show you, because if you have 12 by 12 paper, it makes for a really cute, in fact, you know what? I have, let me pull this in. This was one I had done for a different project, but this is, look how cute this is. And I do have the measurements written down somewhere. But this is really cute, and obviously this is not what I would put this card in, but look how cute it fits. And all you need to do is add a label here with the person's name and address, of course your stamp, and then just you would seal it up with, you know, your adhesive. But it makes a really fun presentation when it arrives in the mail. And like I always say, it's the first thing they're going to open when their mail arrives. So we all love those beautiful, beautiful envelopes too. All right, so this is a super simple project, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think, because I will be giving this away. I will be sending this to somebody. So I'm going to grab my Stamparatus again, and when I did this template, I knew that I was going to be needing a star today as well. So I cut out both the star and the stocking. Let's just make sure these are in the right place. Yeah, these look good. Okay, so I've already cut out a star, and I'm just going to put that in there like that. I'm inking this up with Sahara sand. So we'll go ahead and ink that up. Actually, my preference when I'm using this technique, actually for anything with the Stamparatus, is to use our little Stampin' spots. I wasn't thinking about that today when I was getting set up for this, so I grabbed my big inks. But okay, so same idea. You know, I've inked it up. I've put my star in my template, and okay, now see, this is what Debbie was talking about. I must not have inked it well enough, so I'm going to add some more ink. This is the beauty of the Stamparatus. So I can add some more ink to this, and we can close this up. I may have just not pushed down on that. Hi, Michelle, how are you? Yes, Colleen, we have gorgeous designer paper. Okay, this probably worked because it stuck to the, no, it still didn't. I don't know what you know what? I'm going to start all over. Let me just start all over with this. I'm going to ink this up again. Make sure I have it inked up really well. And we'll try it again. See how we do. Third time's the charm today, I think, right? For everything. I'm going to give it a good press. We'll see how we do. I feel like I'm getting ink everywhere except where I want it to be today. Okay. There we go. There we go. So third time is a charm. Okay, so there's my star. I can put my Stamparatus away now. And now I'm just going to build this little sweet scene. So I'm going to start with this, with my star. And first thing I'm going to do is take this very detailed star, which I cut from the gold foil, and I'm going to attach that. So this I'm going to do just with a few little dabs of my glue. I'm just going to mainly hit the edges of this star. Maybe a couple in the center, but just little dabs around just to hold it in place. Like that. Okay. I'm just going to hold that down a second here. All right, isn't that pretty? It's pretty already, right? Okay, then I have just a piece of basic white, and I'm going to stamp Noel on this. And I used soft suede ink. Yes, Debbie agrees. The little ink pads are much easier. Plus, it doesn't get ink all over your Stamparatus plates. So I'm just going to stamp Noel. Okay. Let's see how this is going to be positioned. And put that about right there. I'm going to trim the end of this. I'm going to take my paper snips and just make a little V. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this on the left side of the word. I like to start by going up in the center and just going like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. So that's going to go there. I'm going to put that a little bit that way. This is going to be overlapped a little bit, so that's good. All right. Then I'm going to use a sprig and I will just attach this behind the star. Think about like that. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and attach that. This little dimensional is going to help hold that in place. Okay, now before I attach this, I'm going to take my twine and just make a couple loops. Go like this, kind of like that. And then just make a tail. I'm going to snip this off. No, those gold foil, those are actually part of the dies, Sherry. Those little cuts, they add a lot of detail. All right, so I'm going to just add this here like this. I just want a little bit of that showing, and I'm going to go ahead and put another dimensional right there. In fact, for this one, I'm going to grab a mini because I just want to hold, I like the way this loop looks. So I'm going to just put these mini dimensionals here. I always use those when I'm doing this kind of thing because they help hold those loopy sort of things in place. That way I know that when I adhere this, they're going to be the way that I want them to be. All right. So it's going to be sort of just like that. And these ends are going to be going that way. So before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and attach my Noel. It's going to be flat. And I know it's going to hang over the edge a little bit, but I'll just snip that off. Put that about right there. Okay, now I'm ready for this. And this is going to go I'm going to overlap it a little bit. I think I'll do it just like that. Just like that. That looks pretty. Isn't that pretty? And I love this little tail here. It's probably a little bit too long, so I'm going to go ahead and just snip that off a little bit. Just like that. Okay. Then to embellish this, I'm going to use my metallic pearls. And these come, there, that wasn't sticking. Get that to stick. These come in gold and silver. I'm using the gold. I thought about using some of the rhinestone gems, and I certainly could have, but I liked how this matched the gold. It's just, they were a little bit softer. I just like the colors on this. So I'm going to take your pick tool and just add a couple embellishments here. You could add as many as you want. Put one there and there. I think I'll do another one here, right on that. Okay, this is crooked, so I'm going to straighten that out. There we go. That's why I like that Tombow liquid glue. You can cover up your boo-boos. I'm just going to snip this excess off. Like that. Then I have some teeny little stars, and these were cut from the same dies. Let me show you. This little star here. So I cut 2 of those out, And I'm just going to attach them with my Tombow again. So I'm just going to pick these up. I'm just going to put one dab here of my glue, and I'll sit that on there like that. And the other one, same thing. And I'll sit that on there like that. Okay. Now I want to see what's going on back here, because this is kind of poking up. There we go. It's not, make sure that's going to stick. Okay. So now what I want to do is just take my frame, and this is a 3x3 frame. And normally what I do in my sample, I left the glass in it, but normally what I do is I don't even use the glass, because I like the dimension and the texture to show. So I'm just going to put this right in here. You can get these kind of frames online at some of the area craft stores, or different places like that. So there it is, and I don't know, whoops, you know what, and I need to move that star down a little bit, which I'll do, but let me bring in this was the original one that I had made. This one does still have the glass in it. This one does not. I kind of like it without the glass, because like I said, I like that you can see that texture. So that, this project too, if you leave a comment, I'll be drawing a name, and somebody will get this mailed to them, and you can either keep it for yourself or gift it at Christmas time for a gift for somebody. So what do you think? Do you like that? Show me some hearts. Give me some love. I appreciate your comments and hearts and that sort of thing. So these are the two cards, and just as a reminder, if you order this week $35 or more in product and use this host code, you have to do it by Friday. I will send you a pack of holiday rhinestone basic jewels as a thank you. So, all right. So that's all I have for you today. I appreciate you joining me. If you haven't registered for bingo yet, I encourage you to do that. If you have friends that like to craft, you could invite them to play as well, because the more people that play, then I can do better prizes. The prizes are already pretty good, but I would encourage you to give it a try. It's super simple. We do it via Zoom. If you've never done a Zoom call before, they're really easy. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. And I'm always willing to do like a practice Zoom call with you before the actual crafting bingo night, so that you're comfortable with doing that. So I hope you will consider joining in on bingo. I'll be adding the link when I'm done here, so you can just click on that to register. And I hope that you all have a great week. I will be back on Thursday with another one or two projects that are kind of Christmas in July. Well, they are Christmas in July themed. They are additional things that I did not do in my in-person or virtual event. So it'll give you a few more ideas. They were things that I created when I was asked to do a presentation at a leadership conference that I attended in early June. So I want to share those with you, and I appreciate you joining in today. And as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Thanks so much, everyone. Hope you have a great day, and take care.